Today's Power Tap is to create healthy boundaries. You are worthy of it. Join me in these Power Taps and let's awaken your dreams. Sometimes in life we may feel taken advantage of, threatened, or that our needs don't matter, but they do. And often these are the situations where we need to create healthy boundaries. Here are some signs that you need to create some healthy boundaries for yourself. You feel like people are walking all over you. Someone has taken advantage of your goodness. You have not been honoring your needs. You do not agree with a situation unfolding in your life. You are being forced or manipulated into doing something. Or you're afraid to speak your truth. All of these are signs that it's time to create some healthy boundaries. I myself have often felt challenged with creating healthy boundaries, yet the pain can be so intense that it has forced me to really create them. Here's what's happened to me. There was a time when I was a swimsuit model, and as fun as it was, it attracted some pretty sleazy energy. I got some rather uncomfortable propositions in this time. And then I felt pressure because everyone else was doing it. It was so strange because the industry was so seductive and there was definitely a peer pressure happening to look cool. People were snorting cocaine and the men felt like they could come onto each of us. I did not feel comfortable and I was struggling in honoring my boundaries. But after many sleazy suggestions, attacks, and trying to be bribed for sex, I realized that this was not who I am, and I didn't want to be in an industry that treated women that way. So I started to honor my boundaries, but that meant I had to change who I was. I began to learn about my true worth as a woman and became an advocate for respect and honor of the feminine. If you would like to create healthy boundaries in your life, then give this Power Tap a go. Sitting in a comfortable position. Now to start with, I'd love for you to just massage underneath your collarbone right here. And I want you to tune into the area of your life that feels a little bit icky, a little bit sticky, where you don't really feel completely honored, respected, or you're not getting your needs met, and maybe you're afraid to speak up, or you don't know how to feel about it. I want you to tune into that area right now and feel that uncomfortability that's there inside of you. Take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Good. Now I'm going to do a little script, and if the word isn't completely accurate, just change it to match how you feel. Otherwise, give it a go. Repeating after me. Even though I don't feel like my needs are being met. Tapping between the brows. Even though I don't feel like my needs are being met. I love and deeply accept myself. Tapping the cheeks. I feel like I don't have boundaries here. Tapping underneath the nose. And I don't know what boundary I need to feel safe. Tapping underneath the lips. I don't know what boundary I need in order to feel inspired and good in my life. Tapping the center of the chest. Part of me is afraid to create a boundary here. Now tapping the front of the ribs, and I want you to tune into that fear that you have around creating a boundary. Perhaps you're afraid of what someone might say, perhaps you're afraid of what they might do. Perhaps you're afraid of the outcome. Tune into that fear of creating a healthy boundary. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm afraid to create a boundary. I'm afraid to create a boundary. Tapping the side of the wrist. I don't even want to know what my boundary is. Tapping the side of the thumb, because then I might have to do it. Tapping the next finger, and I really don't want to disturb the peace. I really don't want the reaction. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, which is why I don't even want to have a boundary. Tapping the little finger, which is why I don't want to create a boundary. Tapping the side of the hand, which is why I don't want to think about a boundary. But part of me isn't feeling safe. Tapping the top of the head. Part of me isn't feeling honored. part of me isn't feeling the love that I want. Tapping between the brows, which is why I'm struggling with this. It's possible I need to create a healthy boundary here. But I'm afraid of, and what are you afraid of happening if you created a boundary? What type of backlash are you afraid of happening? Tapping underneath the nose, I'm afraid of, and just say what you're afraid of happening if you created one. Tapping underneath the lips, I'm afraid of, name it again. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Good, tapping the center of the chest, I love and forgive myself. Tapping the front of the ribs, even though I'm afraid of, and just name what you're afraid of happening. Tapping the side of the ribs, but it's possible holding back isn't helping me. Tapping the side of the wrist, it's possible not having boundaries isn't helping. It's possible it's making the situation worse. Tapping the side of the thumb, it's possible not having boundaries is making it worse. Tapping the next finger, it's possible I really need boundaries. Even though I've never drawn the line here before. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger, and no one's ever showed me. No one ever showed me how to have this type of boundary. So just for a moment, I want you to think into this type of boundary and think into your life. Is it possible that the reason why you're struggling creating this type of boundary is because the people that raised you also didn't know how to show that to you either, because they weren't honoring that? And that's what happens. We pick up patterns and habits from those around us, especially when we're young. And so if the people that raised you weren't good at that type of boundary, or if they were overly good at it or overly forceful at it, it can repel you in the opposite direction. And so tune into how that influenced you and how that's made you scared to actually create a healthy boundary for yourself, one that you need and deserve. I've been resisting creating this boundary. Tapping the side of the hand. It's understandable I've been resistant. And I can be resistant for as long as I want to. Tapping the top of the head. I never have to think about my needs. I never have to honor myself. And I can hide from having boundaries for the rest of my life if I want to. So just tune into that. If you never honored yourself and your needs, your truth, and what you need in order to feel good and safe in your life, imagine if you never created a boundary to honor that. How would that affect you? How would that feel? That would feel, and what would that feel like? Not very good, right? Tapping between the brows, that would feel, and name what it feels like if I hide from having boundaries. Tapping the temples, it would feel really, and name it again, if I continue to hide from it. And what would it create? What type of things would happen to you or in your life if you never honored it? What would you create, or what would happen to you if you didn't hold that space for yourself and let other people know? And what would happen to you if I never create a boundary? Big deep breath, big sigh. Good, tapping underneath the lips. I'm ready to create healthy boundaries now. I'm ready to honor my needs. I'm ready to speak my truth. Tapping the center of the chest. I'm ready to take care of myself. Because denying my boundaries isn't helping. It's actually making the situation worse. I'm ready to let go of denying them now. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm ready to hear what my boundaries are. Tapping the side of the wrist. I'm ready to know what my boundaries are, so that I can feel safe and happy and good in my life. Tapping the side of the thumb. I'm ready to know now. I can know what my healthy boundaries are. Tapping the next finger. So I want you to tune into the situation that you're feeling challenged by, where you feel like your boundaries aren't there, where you feel like you're not getting honored, where you're feeling kind of awkward or icky, where your needs aren't getting met and you're not speaking about it. Tune into that right now. And what do you need in this situation in order to feel respected, understood, appreciated? What do you need from the other person or from the situation itself or from yourself? What would make you feel really good? Tune into what that would be, whatever it is. What would make me feel really good is, and just name what it is. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I would feel really good if, and name what it would be. Tapping the little finger. I would feel safe and cared for if, and just name what it is. I would feel respected and loved if. It's possible I'm worthy of this. It's possible I'm worthy of, and name what it is. Big deep breath, big sigh. I'm worthy of this. Tapping between the brows. I'm worthy of, name what it is. And it's possible I'm in a safe place to ask for it. Tapping the cheeks. It's possible I'm in a safe place to own these needs. Tapping underneath the nose. I'm creating safety to communicate my needs. I'm creating safety to honor my needs. Tapping underneath the lips. I'm creating safety to honor my needs. So think about your situation right now. Some situations require you to speak your truth to make sure you're getting what you need to honor your healthy boundaries. Other situations, perhaps speaking may not help because it may be an abusive situation, something like that. So what do you need to do, whether it's speaking them, to claim them, to let others know, or is it removing yourself from a situation and then claiming it and letting them know that as well? What do you need to do in order to make sure your boundaries are being honored and your needs are being honored? I need to, and just say what it is out loud, and I can communicate this. And I don't care what they say. And I don't care if they laugh at me. Tapping the front of the ribs. I don't care if they get angry at me. I don't care if they try to manipulate me. My needs are, and name what your needs are. Tapping the side of the wrist, and I'm ready to honor them now. I'm ready to honor my healthy boundaries. And I don't care what they say. Tapping the side of the thumb, because my needs are important. And I'm worthy of them. Tapping the next finger, and I'm honoring them now. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the next finger, I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And it's possible I'll feel better if I claim my needs. Tapping the little finger. It's possible I'll feel better if I honor my healthy boundaries. So just imagine now that you're creating that healthy boundary for yourself and for your life and in the situation that you're thinking of. Imagine yourself just holding that healthy boundary right there. Imagine what happens around you when you get to do that for yourself. How does that change the situation? How does that call in your highest expression? How does that call in what you deserve and what you're ready for? How does that change the situation when you get to hold that healthy boundary? Tune into it affecting everything in your life right now and take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the top of the head. I can do this. It's possible, it's good for me, and it's good for them for me to do it. It's possible. Honoring myself is honoring the whole situation. Tapping between the brows. It's possible these people need to know. Tapping the temples. It's possible it's going to help us all grow. And we all really want to grow. I'm responsible for honoring my needs and creating healthy boundaries. And I can help others understand this truth as well. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping underneath the lips. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I'm ready to do this. It's possible I'll feel really good when I do it. I'm ready to do it now. Okay, so I want you now to tune into your whole life. If you really allow yourself to really honor your truth, honor your healthy boundaries, I want you to imagine into your whole life right now. How does that change your relationships? How does that change your worth? How does that change how you show up in the world? How does that change what you're attracting? How does that change how others react to you? How others show up for you in response for it? I want you to see everything now cultivating around that intention to honor your boundaries in a healthy, clean, easy way. Feel that in your life right now as everything adjusts to this new certainty that, yeah, I'm worthy of this and I'm claiming it right now. Take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the side of the wrist. This can be easier than I think. This can be really natural. Tapping the side of the thumb. I'm ready for this to be easy and natural now. I'm just honoring my needs. I'm just letting people know my needs. Tapping the next finger. I'm just standing for my truth. And I can still be loving while I do it. So I want you to feel both the communication of being direct and honoring your truth while also holding that in love. Because that's really the ultimate expression, to be able to still hold love while honoring yourself, right? Because perhaps the person that's doing you wrong just doesn't know any better, or they're unaware. And perhaps they just need to understand your clarity. So imagine yourself now, any charge that you've got against them for not understanding, not giving you what you want, feel that right now. Lean into that againstness to them. Take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I can communicate this in a balanced way. It's possible they want to know. Tapping the side of the hand. I can communicate this in love. It's possible we both need to know. It's possible we're both benefiting from this truth. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the top of the head. I love and deeply accept myself exactly as I am. And I'm letting the weight of this go now. Tapping between the brows. I'm letting this be easy. Tapping the temples. I'm letting this be fun. Tapping the cheeks. Honoring myself can be fun. Honoring my boundaries can be fun. It can be easy. It can be natural. Honoring my boundaries is natural. It's what I'm here for, to honor my boundaries, to honor my truth. And I'm letting it be fun and easy now. Big deep breath, big sigh. Beautiful. Okay, now just tune into you honoring your boundaries in a loving, peaceful, easy, gracious, super playful and fun way. I want you just to feel that right now. Like, it's so easy. I'm just telling them what I want and I'm honoring it and I'm standing for it and this is who I am and I feel really good about it. Just tune into that right now and feel the positivity of you being able just to do that for yourself and for your life and the things in your life. Feel all of the goodness that comes to you when you do that in that way. Take a big deep breath. Beautiful. Now I want you to tap all over your body and I want you to say 10 healthy boundaries right now that you're creating for yourself in your life that you're worthy of. And I want to hear them out loud. I want you to really proclaim them like you're worthy of that and it's good that you're worthy of that and it's safe that you're worthy of that and that you can really claim that for yourself. So 10 healthy boundaries. I want to hear them, really feel them as you say them. Beautiful. Keep going. You're so worthy of these. You're so ready for these. Keep going. Yeah, it's time, right? It's time to call these out. Keep going. I want to hear 10. Beautiful. Wow, that's a powerful one. That's a strong one. Good for you. Keep going, just a few more. I'm ready for, I'm worthy of. Keep going. Beautiful. And one more powerful boundary that you get to create in your life with all of your energy and all of your heart and all of your self-worth. Say it out loud. Beautiful. And take a big deep breath and release a big sigh. Beautiful. And just settle into your own body right now. Tuning into your breath. Feeling yourself rooted on the ground, on the earth right now as the earth holds you in all of its power and all of its strength. Rooting you, deeply connecting to that space of safety. Feel all of that rising up into your whole body, knowing that you are completely safe right now. Completely safe to be you, to honor you, to stand for you. That you are completely safe right here, right now, in this moment to be you. Feel all of that move into all parts of your body right now. Take a deep breath into that. Exhale with a sigh. So it's in this moment that we're so very grateful for this stability in our beings, to know what we stand for, to know what our life is about, and to know what our healthy boundaries are. Thank you so much for joining me in this Power Tap to create the healthy boundaries that you deserve in your life. I would love to hear how it went for you. What did you discover? What did you learn for yourself in your life? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, I always love to hear from you, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Okay, and now come up and growl at me. Okay, now fix your cage.